It was incredibly depressing and infuriating to see this morning how this horrific crime has been slanted toward the fact that the woman who committed the crime was an undocumented immigrant. I'm not quite sure what relevance that has in this, because we certainly don't go around talking about when a U.S. citizen kills another U.S. citizen. And I think the bigger issue here is the crime and the loss that this family has faced in the face of this.
Political opportunists are going to take this as an opportunity to start, stomping the foot and raising the banner again regarding immigration in this state. And I'm curious from your standpoint how you feel about lifting up the banner of immigration reform in the wake of deaths involving children.
The issue of immigration status in the commission of any crime is secondary to the fact that a crime has been committed. Hear me clearly. We definitely need immigration reform. We need to make sure that people who are in our country who have a criminal history are not allowed to remain here or face criminal penalties here in this country. But this is not an issue of illegal immigrants committing crimes. If we look overall at the crime statistics in this county, in this state, in this nation, you will find that crimes are committed by many more U.S. citizens than by immigrant perpetrators of crime. That's the bigger issue. In the city of Birmingham, the city that I call home, unfortunately, we've had more murders this year. I don't believe that any of those murders have been committed by people who are either immigrants or undocumented immigrants. So we're mixing two issues for political purposes that is wrong in the face of crimes that have destroyed people's families. It is a crying shame that families who had suffered this tragedy are being scapegoated because of their immigration status, and it becomes sort of like a political football once again to get into the negative issues around immigration. I think we are losing sight of the bigger picture when it comes to the devastation that these families have suffered. We have a child who has lost his mother and his two siblings, and his life will never be the same. And all of this is going to be, we're going to frame this through the lens of immigration status. That's wrong.
Do you feel that the public and the media is quicker to lay blame in these situations versus in other crimes?
I think it's really easy to scapegoat the immigrant community when crimes are committed. I would really like to see reporters bring out to light the citizenship or immigration status of everybody who commits a crime. I can't pass judgment on the guilt or not guilt of the suspect in this crime, but to put immigration into this is really misplaced at a time that, at the end of the day, what we do know is that a horrific crime has been committed. 3 people are dead. And the issue is not about immigration status. The issue is about that this crime has been committed, and it's unfortunate that politicians want to wrap these up into the same ball of wax.
How much harder when the media jumps on these issues, how much harder does it make your job and what you're trying to do here with HICA?
Well, there are two sides of the coin to that. With media, with the opportunity to talk with the media, we get to talk about the contributions and the good things about the immigrant community. And what we do know is that the immigrant community commits crimes at a much smaller percentage than the broader community. But it does make it hard because it's so easy for people to twist this, and for politicians, opportunistic politicians, to take this and run with it, to say, see, there's a reason we should pass heinous immigration laws in our state, and it's totally a stretch in that regard.
Isn't there also the flip side of this, though? I mean, and you and I have spoken at length about this in the past, about crimes that are committed by citizens against, immigrants or undocumented workers that don't go reported based on the fear and the stigma of what may be done by local police departments or what might be portrayed in the media about that crime.
So since HB 56 has gone into effect, we have had dozens of people who have come to us who said, we have been a victim of wage theft. People are telling us they don't have to pay us for work that we've done because we're undocumented. That's a crime. We know that immigrants carry a lot of cash because they are primarily, most likely not to be banked, and so they are victims of robberies on Friday afternoons after they've gotten paid. And so, we aren't looking at that side as well. Fortunately, we've been able to recover over $22,000 for people this year who have been victims of wage theft. But if you didn't have an organization like us to be advocates for a community, what would happen? People would continue to be victimized and not realize opportunities that they have to, take care of themselves.